encourage them to sort of, quote, eat your own dog food. The idea here is that you really want to be using your own products as much as possible. Be a customer of your products and also of your company. If you're a marketing analyst, you should sign up for all the emails, the marketing emails, so you can experience what it's like to receive the emails with the personalization and the frequency that you're generating. A few years ago, I did a project with a retail bank in the Netherlands, where I live. And what I did at the very start of the project, I took an hour and a half from my own time. I walked across town, and I opened up a new bank account with this bank that I was going to do a project for, right? And the reason is I wanted to experience what it was like to be a customer of the bank I was going to be helping out, I was going to be working for. Okay, so another best practice. So as I said, there's dozens of these. And how do we get our teams to learn these? Well, it's really us as leaders mentoring them, working closely with them to help coach them along these best practices. And it's also putting them on targets, stakeholder feedback on their targets, right? Encouraging them really actively, go out and meet new people, have lunch with other teams. Okay, start those conversations. It's the tone from the top in that. Also, as they start to go out and meet other people and from other departments, they're going to start to get an idea how different people from different departments have different expectations of them. Okay? So I really wish I had a full hour to talk about this slide here. But the idea is people and stakeholders in different departments are like completely different species. They speak different languages. They have different expectations. If we don't realize this, it's going to destroy us. Okay? Marketing is left brain, finance is right brain. Executives are high level and strategic. Technology is very detail oriented. And I could tell you examples in my own experience where a project has faltered or failed because our teams didn't deliver the type of product that met that specific expectation. Okay. So these are sort of the fundamental skills needed to move from being a data-focused person to a business-focused person, right? This should take about 2 to 3 years of professional development with the coaching. And at this stage, your business should look at your team and say, yes, these people get it. They're bringing value. Okay, so within those 2 or 3 years, everyone on your team should be recognized as bringing business value by your non-analytics colleagues. The second skill set is about interpersonal relationships, and these are common challenges anyone in the business has. But as analytics professionals, for various reasons I won't go into, we're especially challenged by them, right? There's 3 topics, and I speak as being an analyst myself. There's 3 subtopics I talk about. The first is cultural differences. How many of you work on teams represented by multiple cultures? You've got multiple cultures on your team. So it's almost impossible not to have some kind of cultural misunderstanding. Now, the problem with this, and I've worked with teams on 6 continents, right? The problem with this is that a lot of cultural misunderstandings run really deep. We don't even realize what's happening, okay? We see comments like these up here, and we have no idea that underlying all of these, several layers deep, are cultural paradigms that we totally assume. Okay. If we're not aware of cultural misunderstandings, these could really sink and destroy our projects and cause people to leave companies. Fortunately, there's a lot written about cultural misunderstandings. There are a lot of trainings and books available. As long as people in the team are aware of these and can start taking action to understand what may be going on, this gives us a good start towards addressing that at the interpersonal level. Second, there's the issue of negotiation skills. For an analytics professional, it's much more than just negotiating salary or promotions. We've got to negotiate roadmaps. We've got to negotiate access to resources, okay? What permissions we have in systems. So there's really critical that we also get those negotiation skills. And then, of course, unfortunately, there's the office politics. Okay, I've got a chapter of this in the books. It's pretty complex, and it's hard to get resources on. My thought on office politics is the more senior you are, the more you should take responsibility to shield the people around you. So especially as an analytics leader, this is where you need to tune into this a little bit more, rather than pushing it down to your team. Okay? The third basic skill, the third sort of individual contributor skill, is the one with communication. And this one is really top of mind for a lot of people, right? It's a lot of fun. I enjoy talking about this. The data visualization is the longest chapter in my book. Okay? So let me start with a few examples of this. What's wrong with this slide? It's very crowded. Okay, it's three-dimensional, it has bananas. There's a ton of things wrong with this. Okay, here's another one. Okay, this is a really cool slide. I mean, it is. I don't know what it means, but it's really cool. Okay, so we laugh at slides like this, but how many times in our own work as analysts do we present slides like this? And we think this is completely normal, but to our non-analytics colleagues, this one is just as confusing as the last two. And the problem is we lose perspective of what it's like for our audience to see our visuals. And we start throwing things like this at them, and we say this is normal, but we know this is wrong. Okay, what's wrong with this? Well, our audience has to turn their head to read it, right? So we know it's painful. There's actually been studies of how painful this is. So this is actually 205% slower to read. Okay, so some of us, after we realize this, we're like, okay, well, I'm going to rotate the text 45. And we say we've solved the problem, but deep down, we know we haven't, right? Deep down, we know this is still a little painful. Again, same studies, 52% slower. If we took the time, it's so much easier to make clean visuals like this. Or how about pie charts?